So I'm building an extension onto the end of an existing house. And there's a separation between the existing house and the new part. And it's through this little tunnel here. And this little tunnel is going to be partitioned by a door. My name's Nick and you're watching Meditation by Making. And join with me as I take us through how I hang a hollow core door. And not just any door, a marvelous door. I'm going to take you through how I installed this hollow core door from scratch by hanging it all the way through to installing the door lock and door handle. So starting with this door, I have all my materials here. I have door stop, that's what I use. It's a little bit 30 by 11. I have my door jamb. Door jamb's got the width of the frame, so I can use that for my door jamb. These ones come from Bunnings and they're pretty good. It's got this already hinge routed in nice. It saves me a bit of time, both sides. So that will be the jamb that I hang my door off. And this is my hollow core door, relatively light. It's good for internal. Basically it has timber all the way around the perimeter, and then it has a honeycomb cardboardy type thing in the middle. So that's what I'm starting with. With these hollow core doors, what I do is I paint all around the edges because it's bare timber and it's just going to stop it from swelling. So I'll get started with that. One thing to note is when you have these doors, there's usually a little sticker on it. That's showing the side that you put your door handle on. Usually there's a block of timber. So always remember that one side has that block of timber, and that's what we use to put our door handle side on. So now that it's painted, I've got to work on building my jamb that fits around the door. This is quite a big door. I've decided to go 920. What I do is I work out my top of my jamb first, then my two sides. So I get the width of the door, and then I add a couple of mils for a little gap either side. So two, so I'm adding 4 mils plus the thickness of the jamb, and that'll be the length of my top. Then after that, I work out the height plus the thickness of the under the floor, so you can have a gap of like 5 mils if you want, so you can add 5 mils plus 2 mils on top, and then the thickness of our jamb. Now that I've made my jamb, I'm going to hang it. Not bad, good size. So what I do is I make sure that this bit of timber here, the front of the jamb, is flush with my plasterboard, so that when I put my architrave around I can get it nice and neat and tight. One thing to note is that I have my hinges on the side that I want my door to swing, and I'm making my door swing inside, so it's on this side of the jamb. This is the main priority, this side with the hinges on it, that I care most about, because that's the side the door swings on, so it's got to be perfectly vertical. I don't worry so much about this side, this just matches the door once I put it on. You can see that it's not completely plumb. You can See the bubble? I need to bring it out a bit. So to bring that top of my jam out a bit, I use wedges. I've made some timber wedges. It's a little trick of the trade. These little things, what I do is I put them either side of the jam, and then I just slide them and it can squeeze it. Then I use the cheap old PVA glue. Remember when you're in school in your class and you use the PVA glue in your woodworkers class? It's not just school glue, it's carpenter glue too. And I just glue it in there, and then I can move it to exactly where I need it to go. Now time to knock out the pins with my punch. Now I'll put the other half in and put the pin back. Now that I've got the hinges in, time to bring the door. Trusty little wedge, I put it at the bottom of the door and it raises up the door just enough so it goes just below that. With the wedge at bottom, I just double check the door, see if it still fits under the jamb. And it just does. I only screw one screw, just to double check, hang the door. If it's nice, then I finish off screwing. We have hung a door. Now we need to work on the rebate the hinges that are screwed in, just to make it a bit more flush. I've got them marked out, and I've got my hole so I know exactly where the hinges go. So now I'm going to get the router out and route out for the hinge. Now reinstall the door. And then I look at the top. I've got 2 mils and I've got 10 mils. So now I'm happy with the top. I've just tacked a nail in there, but then I now need to get this flush. There's a bit of a wind in the door. I just get that out by making sure that my hinges are correct or just moving the jamb. And in this case, I just have to move the jamb. Cool. It's hung, all my jambs are in, and it freely moves in. So that's good, there's no jamming, nothing. When I put it flush, it's all flush with the wall, the jamb, everything, all the way along the top, and my lines are parallel. So that's a nicely hung door. So all I need to do now is move on to the next stage, which is put that door stop on. Doing your door stops and you've got no one there, usually you have 2 people that can help when you're doing your door stops, but if you can't, there's a good trick, you get a bit of timber, screw it right where the handle will be, inside of your door. Like that. When you close it, it hits, and then you know where the door stop will start. You can go tight on the handle side, and then the hinge side, couple of mils off to stop the paint from squeaking once you paint it. Now I've got my door stops in, I've hung my door, I've got a fully functioning stopping door. fully hung door architraved on, so join me as I'm gonna now put the door lock on. Quick lick of paint, made it nice gloss finish, and I'm gonna work on putting the door handle on. And I first start by making the door not move. I use this little cool gadget right here. It works well. It's called a wind bag. I'll show you how it works. Put it under the door, and then I have the squeezy thing. It can lift 130 kg, so you could probably wreck the door. So be careful with that. Yep. It just grips it and makes it easier to work with. Use a square, and I kind of mark it. Then I have this cool little gadget. Slide that on. Good. 25mm spade bit carves through. Put it in my hole drill. I got it, I chipped it. Great, now put the handle on. Sticks out on the other. Cool. Right. Handle going. Now I just release my freedom. Does it line up and will it close? Woo! One door handle. Lovely. So there you have it. We have hung a door. Done it nice, put all the hinges on, painted it, put the architraves on quickly, then install the door handle. Hope that was helpful for you. If it was and you want to watch more of these videos, I'm going to be doing it. Just subscribe to Meditation by Making and click the notification bell, and you may be able to hear the next time I bring something cool to the videos.